All right, I want to welcome everyone to our live Saturday morning presentation. We're going to be reviewing a resource tool that you have available to you. It's a resource tool called Health Concerns Checklist. And to begin this presentation this morning, let me just start from the beginning of where you can find this. As I've shared multiple times, we have a website that we've created for our Synergy family, and that's also the URL for the website, oursynergyfamily.com. And if you type that into your browser window and go there, you're going to come to this landing page. There's a short video that kind of walks you through. There's been some changes made to the design of this page, so the information on the video is not completely accurate, but close to it. And the key thing is there's 8 icons on this page. And if you click on the icons, they're going to take you to a specific location within this website that has, hopefully for everyone on this call and the ones that are watching this recording, useful information that will help you build your Synergy business. And one of these icons is what's called resources. And if you click on this resource icon, it takes you to this page. This will be the top of the page, clearly identifies it as resources. And because nitric oxide therapy is our primary marketing strategy, the information that you'll see at the top of this page is all related to nitric oxide therapy. And as you scroll down here, we did, I don't remember if it was last week or the week before, but I did a presentation on what is nitric oxide therapy. I think it was last week. And I then recorded that presentation. This is now up on this page that if you want to use it, if you have a person who's asking you, what is nitric oxide therapy? What's it all about? You can easily right-click this video, copy URL address, and then paste that into an email and send it to that individual. And this is a non-branded version of this. What is nitric oxide therapy? And then we also had the tool, The Power of Nitric Oxide Therapy, the PDF that I showed you in the same presentation. Both of those are available to you now. They're on the resource page of our Synergy Family website. And as you continue to scroll down past the instruction sheet, you see this here. You see this image called Health Concerns Checklist. And if you click on it, it opens up a PDF. You can always download this PDF to your computer. You can always copy the URL address and send it to someone in an email. We'll take them then to the same page that you're looking at. As I've talked in other presentations, you can get Zoom on a free account with Zoom, and you could be doing this type of presentation where you show your screen and you work with your client or potential client and showing them some different aspects with regards to how you can help them address health concerns. And that's what this whole purpose of this health concerns checklist is, for you to engage a person in conversation. Then as you talk about their health and find out some of their health concerns, well, this health concerns checklist will help you identify which of the Synergy products would best match up to that health concern. Now, I'm going to go through this PDF with you and help you to understand why the choices have been made for different health concerns and to show you what we have on this checklist. But understand just an overall view. In the health concern column, which is the first column, it's all done alphabetically. And then product of choice, you see there's 4 columns for product of choice. And the first column would be the one that would be the dominant product from Synergy worldwide that would best match up to that health concern. And then choice number 2, or column number 2, would be the second product that would best match up to that health concern. And then column 3 would be the third, and column 4 would be the fourth product that would best match up to taking care of that health concern. So when you look at health concern and you look at the first column for product choice, that first column will always be the key product in Synergy worldwide that best matches up to that health concern. So let's scroll down here and you can see that anti-aging. There's a lot of people that want to stay young. And in staying young, you need to address free radical damage. That is one of the leading theories with regards to the aging process, is free radical damage. For those that are on the call that maybe don't understand what a free radical is it's a a molecule or an atom that is missing electrons in their outer orbit. And when they lose their electrons in their outer orbit, they become unstable. To stabilize themselves, they'll steal electrons from another atom or molecular compound. And then when they steal those atoms or those electrons to make themselves stable, what they steal it from becomes a free radical, which is an unstable molecule or atom that is then going to go steal electrons from something else. And so you get this cascading effect that eventually ends up causing damage to the cellular wall, where electrons are stolen from the cellular wall, causing damage, or as Donald and I were talking about, it causes inflammation. Inflammation is the root cause of almost all diseases, and it's the root cause of aging. Antioxidants give away their outer electrons to free radicals, and the beauty of antioxidants is that when they give away their electrons, they still stay stable. So whether they have their full complement of electrons in their outer orbit or whether they're missing electrons in their outer orbit, they are still stable molecules, and they stop this cascading process, which then helps to reduce the potential for inflammation. Now, with regards to anti-aging, our first product of choice would be metabolic LDL, because although it's specifically designed to address cholesterol concerns, and you will see this product when we talk about cholesterol concerns, the 9 plant and vegetable extracts that are part of this have very high significant ORAC scores, which means that they're very powerful antioxidants. And because they're combined with in a certain combination with bergamot fruit extract, they work synergistically better together, which means that they're even more powerful together than what they are separately. So this product called metabolic LDL is a fantastic product for antioxidant blend that would then fight free radical damage. The next product of choice would be Mystica, clinically proven to reduce free radical damage by up to 43%. This product, Mystica, is one of the products that I use, as well as metabolic LDL. I use both of those products on a daily basis. I use Mystica twice a day, 1 shot glass in my morning shake, and then typically in the evening after dinner, I do a shot glass with 2 metabolic LDL. Very powerful antioxidant program after my dinner meal to, again, help me from an anti-aging standpoint, as well as help me with an antioxidant standpoint, as well as help me with allergy standpoint. And again, we'll come back to, I think allergy is one of the other ones that are up here. And then another product of choice is the Biome Basics, and then ProArch-9 Plus to improve nitric oxide production for blood flow and oxygen delivery. So allergies, and I guess maybe I did it because I've got aging as opposed to, where a G is before L as opposed to N before L. So if I've got any people out there looking at whether I know my alphabet, I really do. So allergies, again, I'm a firm believer that allergies manifest themselves because your immune system cannot handle the allergens that are coming in. That your immune system has either been compromised, or because you are sensitive to certain types of allergies, your immune system can't handle those things. So the key is to boost your immune system. And I'm a firm believer that if you boost your immune system, you'll be able to handle a lot of the allergens that come into your system, and you won't react to them. It will take the symptoms away because your immune system is doing its job. And Mystica would be my first choice with regards to allergies. Metabolic LDL would be my second choice. And then Synergy has a great product called Bodyguard, which enhances the immune system. A lot of people don't understand or know even about Bodyguard in the Synergy products that they have. It's just a fantastic product for, again, helping to enhance the immune system. The next one would be, again, antioxidants. So you see in the first 3 health concerns, there's a common aspect to all of this because it all centers on antioxidants. Antioxidants to protect you from aging, from free radical damage, antioxidants to boost your immune system to help you handle allergens. And so in this case, when we come back to antioxidants, I go back basically to metabolic LDL, Mystica, and then again, that Bodyguard product is an excellent product for helping to boost your antioxidant levels to both improve your immune system as well as to help you with regards to the antioxidant component that you need. And then Essential Greens is also a great product because of its combination of fruits and vegetables that will help to fight, again, free radical damage. Fruits and vegetables are always high in antioxidants, which then, when combined properly together, can help to boost your immune system, can be used to help. I mean, you could even apply it to the anti-aging if you wanted to. The next one that we have is athletic performance. And in Synergy Worldwide, I know that we have Pro-Arginine Plus active. I'm not a big proponent of that product. I feel it's a confusing product with regards to our product called Pro-Arginine Plus. I know there's people that use Pro-Arginine Plus active, but I firmly believe that if a person uses Pro-Arginine Plus, they will get better performance out of Pro-Arginine Plus. I'm a firm believer that nitric oxide therapy is critical for anything that has to do with blood flow. And athletic performance is all about blood flow. It's all about the delivery of oxygen and nutrients. Because if I can help an athlete work at a higher aerobic capacity, then I'm going to help him produce, he or she produce more energy. And the waste products that are produced in the energy process are water and carbon dioxide. Water to hydrate the system, carbon dioxide that comes back to the lungs, changes the pH in the lungs, which allows them to bind more oxygen to the hemoglobin of the red blood cell to then deliver more oxygen so they can work at a higher aerobic capacity. Why is this important? Well, if you ever worked out, or if you remember your days of working out in high school and college or after college, whatever, if you ever got that burning sensation in your muscle tissue, that's because you were working what's called anaerobically, without oxygen. And that's accumulation of what's called lactic acid. That burning sensation in the muscle tissue is from anaerobic respiration without oxygen, causing lactic acid to accumulate in the muscle tissue, which then causes that burning sensation. And it's always the limiting factor for any athletic performance, whether you're training or in actual competition. Lactic acid is the limiting factor. If I can help a person work at a higher aerobic capacity, then I don't get the lactic acid buildup. And that's why Pro-Arginine Plus to me is always the first product of choice for athletic performance. I believe E9 would be the second choice. I would go to E9 before I went to Pro-Arginine Plus Active. And the reason for the E9 is because of the B vitamins and other components that are part of that to improve energy. Because it's all about energy production and creating as many ways to create your energy and do it as effectively as possible. And I believe for an athletic performance, if they combine Pro-Arginine Plus with E9, they would see a huge difference in both their training and their performance. Now, Pro-Arginine Plus Active, it's a good product. I'm not saying that it's not a good product. It will help with regards to muscle recovery. It also helps with the clearing of lactic acid. But that clearing of lactic acid is a component of the L-arginine that is part of that product. And that's why I go back to our Pro-Arginine Plus as the #1 product for athletic performance. And then because athletes a lot of times are looking for a good protein source, they're looking for what they call a complete amino acid protein source. I believe the Biome Shake, because it's gluten-free, it uses a vegetable pea protein, would be better for them than the whey protein sources that they're using. And I've shared this in other presentations. When you look at pea protein versus whey protein, they're almost identical in terms of calories and other things that they're looking for in terms of branched chain amino acids. But one of the key differences between the two is one, whey protein would have allergens to it. Typically, pea protein does not. And then the other advantage of pea protein versus whey protein is that there is 3 times more L-arginine in pea protein than what there is in whey protein. And a lot of athletes who are training are using an L-arginine product to promote nitric oxide production while they're working out. Again, pea protein has 3 times more L-arginine per volume, same volume, than what whey protein does. So they're going to get more L-arginine by using pea protein, and also reduce the potential for allergens coming into their system. And again, I'm a firm believer that the Biome Shake is the best of all the shake products that are out there. When we're dealing with cancer, and I've got people who, ask me, can I use ProArginine Plus for cancer? And my answer to them is always the same. You need to check with the person's oncologist, because they have a philosophy. They either want to restrict blood flow to the cancer, or they want to promote blood flow and use the immune system, the body's immune system, to attack the cancer. Most oncologists who deal with cancer still do the old system of wanting to limit blood flow to the cancer. And so they most likely would not want their cancer patient to be on ProArginine Plus, because the design of ProArginine Plus is to increase blood flow. However, vitamin D3 is hugely important for helping the body to boost its immune system to directly help in the process of targeting cancer. And if I was working with a person who has a cancer issue, I would suggest to them that they talk with their oncologist and ask them if they can take a vitamin D3 supplement to help boost their immune system. That would be my first choice. My second choice would be the Bodyguard, because again, it's designed to enhance the immune system. Anything that you can do to improve the immune system helps to fight problems within the body. And then I would also recommend the liquid chlorophyll, because one of the things that's important is that you want to make sure that the person who's going through cancer treatment hydrates themselves. Well, why not hydrate yourself with liquid chlorophyll, doing 1 tablespoon of liquid chlorophyll to 12 to 16 ounces of water to both hydrate as well as cleanse the blood. And then essential greens would also be another great product, which would help them from a repair standpoint to counter cell damage, to enhance their immunity. So those would be the products that I would suggest if you're dealing with someone who's got cancer. And again, understand that you need to coach and put this in the right terminology to that person. I would never suggest to a person who's got cancer that they start taking vitamin D3. I would say to them, I would suggest you talk to your oncologist, and I would recommend vitamin D3 to boost your immune system. And then if they wanted other synergy products, I would lay out these other ones, but definitely vitamin D3. And again, check with your oncologist to make sure that that process of increasing your vitamin D3 intake is not going to be counterproductive in their mind with regards to your treatment program. The next one that you have is cardiovascular disease. And cardiovascular disease is wide-ranging. High blood pressure is cardiovascular disease. Diabetic complications, cardiovascular disease. Cognitive function is cardiovascular disease. Erectile dysfunction is usually cardiovascular disease. So there's a whole wide range of different issues with regards to cardiovascular disease. I'm a firm believer that nitric oxide therapy is the key aspect for helping a person address cardiovascular disease. And the nice thing about ProArginine Plus is the best of all the nitric oxide supplements in the marketplace. In addition, ProArginine Plus is clinically proven to prevent the oxidation of very low density lipoprotein, which is the main culprit of vascular inflammation. That when low density lipoprotein, specifically very low density lipoprotein, is oxidized, That then causes inflammation, which then leads to plaque formation, which then over time causes endothelial dysfunction and accumulates, causing narrowing in the artery, which then increases the potential for strokes and heart attacks. So how do you stop the plaque from forming? Well, you've got to stop the inflammation. What's the main culprit of inflammation? Oxidized LDL. What's a great product for doing that? Pro-Arginine Plus, and even more powerfully, metabolic LDL. Metabolic LDL is even more powerful than Pro-Arginine Plus in preventing oxidized LDL. So those two products, Pro-Arginine Plus and metabolic LDL, would be two great products for helping people to address cardiovascular disease. Again, first choice, nitric oxide therapy, our product of choice, Pro-Arginine Plus. And then if they want to go beyond that, depending upon what some of their other cardiovascular health issues are, metabolic LDL, coenzyme Q10, especially if they're on a statin, and then Bodyguard. Celiac disease, a person who has a celiac disease, we're talking with Donald at the beginning with regards to gene expression in relationship to cardiovascular disease. The same thing happens in gene expression in relationship to celiac disease. That celiac disease, the gluten that's found in wheat and other types of products triggers that expression of that disease. Well, the Biome DTX would be a fantastic product for a person who has celiac disease because the Biome DTX supports the healing of the digestive lining with L-glutamine. What happens in celiac disease is that the lining of the small intestine is eroded. And so you need to go and begin to help heal that lining. And so Biome DTX would be just an excellent product for that. Biome Shake, again, because it's gluten-free, certified vegan, pea protein formulation would be another great choice for that person. The Biome Balance, which uses not berberine, but uses, or does it use, I can't remember. I'll have to look that one. But on the Biome Balance, again, it helps to combat endotoxins because endotoxins are typically what causes problems with gut health. And then the Metabolic Shake, when I produced this checklist has been up for a little over a year, but a lot of people have forgotten about it. At that time, the Metabolic Shake was part of the Synergy lineup. What I'll do between now and Tuesday, when I send out the newsletter, I'll come back in, clean this up because the Metabolic Shake is no longer available in the Synergy lineup. So the three choices would be Biome DTX, Biome Shake, and then the Biome Balance. Oh, berberine, that's what I was looking for. Berberine is in the Biome Balance, and so berberine is great for helping to, again, address endotoxins. If I've got a person who's got a cholesterol concern, I want them on metabolic LDL, clinically proven to modulate cholesterol oxidation and maintain healthy cholesterol levels. And metabolic LDL, clinically proven to prevent the oxidation of very low density lipoprotein. That's the problem. And then certainly would recommend Pro-Arginine Plus, although nitric oxide specifically doesn't address cholesterol issues. If you look at the research from Dr. Ignaro, if you pick up his book, No More Heart Disease, he'll specifically talk about this aspect where if nitric oxide doesn't help with cholesterol, it helps to protect from the damage that cholesterol has. And so nitric oxide therapy definitely helps people with cholesterol issues. And again, specifically to Pro-Arginine Plus, it's clinically proven to prevent the oxidation of LDL cholesterol, which would again help a person with cholesterol issues. Now, before Pro-Arginine Plus was clinically proven to work in this area, I had plenty of clients that had cholesterol issues that found that as they used Pro-Arginine Plus, their cholesterol numbers got better. And part of that aspect is because you improve blood flow. And when you improve blood flow, you improve not only the delivery of nutrients, but also the removal of things that don't belong there back to where they need to be processed. So anything that you can do to improve circulation not only improves the delivery of nutrients, but also improves the removal of waste products and takes them to where they need to go in the body for better processing. Plus, when you improve blood flow, you improve the function of your organs because they have a better blood supply. They work better. And so a lot of times people will see that happen in improvement. Essential greens would also be a great way to help a person address some cholesterol issues. And then again, the biome balance because it uses berberine, and berberine has been clinically shown to support healthy cholesterol levels as well as triglyceride levels. Cognitive function is all about blood flow. I have never yet seen a study done, a scientific study done, that when blood flow was improved to the brain, also improved cognitive function. I've never seen a study that did not show that. So anything that you can do to improve blood flow to the brain improves cognitive function. Progeny Plus, it's all about blood flow. The Bodyguard, again, it improves vasodilation and increases the elasticity of the arterial walls. E9, there are component ingredients in E9 that are all about cognitive health. And so E9 is another great product for improving cognitive function. And then again, essential greens, because anything that's plant-based or fruit-based is always good in terms of improving cognitive function. Again, if you do any kind of research and you do a Google search for cognitive function and vegetables, you will see plenty of studies that show that when vegetable intake increases, cognitive function also increases. Crohn's disease, I would recommend Biome DTX to support the healing process of the digestive lining, the biome balance to combat the endotoxins that are part of this problem that interfere with gut performance, and then possibly the biome shake. And if you're going to use the biome shake, I would introduce it slowly into the person's system because sometimes they may not be able to handle all the fiber that's in the biome shake. From a detoxification standpoint, my first choice would always be Biome DTX. It does so many different things for the person's body. The Biome DTX not only helps with regards to healing the lining of the small intestine through the L-glutamine, but it's also designed to eliminate heavy metals and other toxins because toxins are what cause inflammation. And anything that I can do to detox, which means get rid of toxins, I can then reduce inflammation, which then reduces the potential for disease issues. The Detox Plus would also be a good product for helping from a cleansing of the bowel and removing toxins out of the bloodstream, as well as liver support. Liquid chlorophyll, to me, liquid chlorophyll is one of the easiest thing a person could do, one of the most cost-effective ways that they can do to help them maintain a good program. You know, I typically drink 2 to 3 glasses of liquid chlorophyll on a daily basis. I find that I drink more water when I use liquid chlorophyll than if I'm trying to drink water by itself. And then Body Prime would be a good product because of the magnesium that's in Body Prime. Magnesium is necessary for, I don't remember if it's 300 or 400 different types of enzymatic processes, but whether it's 300 or whether it's 400, that's a lot. So magnesium is a key ingredient to bring into a person's system to help them from a detox, because if you have magnesium, then the enzymatic processes can properly work, which then reduces the potential for toxins. From a diabetic standpoint, again, I'm a firm believer that Progeny Plus is the product that you want them on first and foremost. And then because metabolic LDL has been clinically proven to support blood sugar levels and may actually lower A1C levels, that would be another great second choice. The Biome Shake would be another good choice because one, in the formulation, there's less than 2 grams of sugar. In fact, I think I'd have to go and look at this, but I think it's now even listed less than 1 gram of sugar per serving. And then the fiber that's in there is also great in terms of helping to make sure that they don't have a spike in their blood sugar. So the Biome Shake would be a great product for a person to use from a meal standpoint. And then the Biome Balance, because of the berberine, again, has been clinically shown to support healthy insulin response. So those are 4 great products that you could help a person who has diabetes. And as we know in America, there's an epidemic increase in diabetes, type 2 diabetes, which is basically metabolic syndrome. So these are 4 great products that you could help a person who is either pre-diabetic or type 2 diabetic see some significant improvements in their blood sugar numbers. ED, or erectile dysfunction. ED, erectile dysfunction in men, is all about nitric oxide. If you don't have nitric oxide, you can't have the erection. There can be some other underlying causes in ED, but the vast majority of men, it has to do with their poor nitric oxide levels in their bloodstream. Anything that you can do to improve that is going to improve erectile dysfunction. Progenate Plus would be always the first choice in doing that. Bodyguard helps promote vasodilation, because erection is all about vasodilation. And then metabolic LDL, typically, why is the nitric oxide going down? It's because there's damage been done to the endothelium. Typically, that damage is inflammation that then leads to plaque formation. Anything that you can do to begin to eliminate inflammation in the vascular system helps the endothelium to function properly or improve its function. And so, again, metabolic LDL is clinically proven to prevent the oxidation of LDL cholesterol, which then helps to limit inflammation. And then coenzyme Q10, just from an energy standpoint, it most likely won't do anything with regards to the ED issue. It's nitric oxide, but again, energy is also involved in this process. Energy, I'm a firm believer in E9. I use it every day. I do 1 stick of E9 every morning with my ProArch9, and then sometimes in the afternoon, if I'm feeling draggy, I'll just do another E9 in my liquid chlorophyll, and I'll sometimes take 2 E9s on a daily basis. Instead of taking multiple cups of coffee like a lot of people do to get the caffeine, I would rather do this naturally through the E9. Progenate Plus, also great, because anytime that you improve blood flow, as we talked about before, you improve the delivery of oxygen. Anytime I can work aerobically, I'm going to produce 18 times more energy. So it just makes sense that I'm going to have more energy if I have better blood flow. The Biome Shake is just a fantastic product in terms of fueling your body with the right ingredients over an extremely long period of time to be able to maintain your energy. And then for a person who is using a statin drug, you definitely want them using CoQ10, because statin drugs interfere with the body's ability to create CoQ10 through the liver. And so if you are using, or if a person's using statins, they usually have a CoQ10 problem. And so CoQ10 is extremely important for them. Fibromyalgia, I would again recommend the Biome DTX so that we can begin to address the digestive system, because fibromyalgia is typically now classified as an autoimmune disease. So anything that you can do to begin to improve the person's immune system, plus fibromyalgia as an autoimmune system disease is usually toxins that have gotten from the digestive system into the bloodstream, and then those toxins are circulated throughout the body, and those toxins then affect cells. So where do you want to stop the invasion? You want to stop the invasion in the gut. You want to stop it by changing the way that food is processed, and you want to be able to begin to heal a leaky gut, which is allowing those toxins to get into the bloodstream. So Biome DTX would be the first choice. Biome Balance would be another great choice. Biome Shake, you most likely want to introduce it slowly into the person's system, and then metabolic LDL. High blood pressure, Progenate Plus. Again, it's not going to address every high blood pressure issue because there can be some other underlying causes of high blood pressure. But typically, most blood pressure issues are due to lack of nitric oxide, which then causes lack of vasodilation. So you have restricted blood flow. Restricted blood flow then causes high blood pressure. How do you change that? You have to address the restriction of blood flow. How do you do that? You increase nitric oxide, relaxes the smooth muscle of the vascular wall, which then reduces resistance to blood flow, and blood pressures come back to normal. Again, firm believer in nitric oxide therapy and our product of choice, ProArginine Plus. Bodyguard would be another product to look at because it promotes vasodilation. And then again, metabolic LDL to inhibit myeloperoxidase, which has an effect on nitric oxide expression. And again, the nice thing about ProArginine Plus is that ProArginine Plus is clinically proven to inhibit myeloperoxidase, suppress myeloperoxidase. And this is important because myeloperoxidase suppresses nitric oxide expression in the vascular system. So if I can inhibit myeloperoxidase, then it doesn't affect nitric oxide, which then allows nitric oxide to vasodilate the system for improved blood flow. Metabolic LDL inhibits myeloperoxidase, even inhibits to an even greater extent than what ProArginine Plus does. But it doesn't necessarily in metabolic LDL increase nitric oxide production specifically through L-arginine because there is none in there. So I would always first choice ProArginine Plus. If I've got a person with high blood sugar, basically a diabetic, hyperglycemia, metabolic LDL, ProArginine Plus, the Biome Shake, Biome Balance, basically the same information that I shared with you with regards to a person who's diabetic. The immune system, again, going back to our antioxidant discussion, Bodyguard, vitamin D3, essential greens, liquid chlorophyll, all great products that would help a person boost their immune system. You know, and again, we could have gone back to what I originally showed you with regards to antioxidants and allergies and anti-aging. With regards to inflammation, omega-3s. As again, going back to my initial conversation with Donald before we started recording this, inflammation is the root cause of almost all diseases, whether it be cardiovascular disease or immune system diseases. Inflammation is the root cause. And because of people's diets high in omega-6s, processed oils, vegetable oil, corn oil, all the omega-6 oils that the government tells us are safe, every one of those oils causes inflammation. They're direct triggers for inflammation in your system. So you need to get rid of the omega-6 oils and you need to bring in omega-3 oils because they actively turn off inflammation. EPA and DHA actively address inflammation throughout the whole body. And our omega-3 product is huge in delivering EPA and DHA. Just a fantastic product for a person to use. And then the other product that I would recommend is metabolic LDL. And again, the Bodyguard, because it uses deep sea shark liver oil, which again helps to protect against antioxidant stress. Irritable bowel syndrome, Biome DTX, and then the Biome Balance. And if you're going to use the Biome Shake, again, like anything with a person who's dealing with an irritable bowel syndrome or some type of severe digestive process in the small intestine, if you're going to use the Biome Shake, introduce it slowly into the person's system so that you can make sure that they can tolerate the fiber that's in the Biome Shake. And then again, the Body Prime, because it has the magnesium in it to begin to help those enzymatic processes to occur properly, reducing toxin levels that typically lead to irritable bowel syndrome. With regards to kidney disease, again, I'm a firm believer that nitric oxide therapy improves blood flow. And when you improve blood flow to the kidneys, you're doing two things. You're improving capillary function, which is what the kidneys are all about. Kidneys are just a mass of capillaries that are designed to filter the blood. And then you improve blood flow to the kidney as an organ, which helps the kidney as an organ to function better. And so from a kidney standpoint, kidney function standpoint, Pro-Arginine Plus through nitric oxide therapy, or let me reverse that, nitric oxide therapy through our product of choice, Pro-Arginine Plus, helps the kidney function better. And then Bodyguard for vasodilation, and Essential Greens to, again, bring a plant-based process into helping improve circulation and help organs work better. Leaky gut, we've talked about it already. Biome DTX, Biome Shake, Biome Balance, Biome Actives, all designed to address leaky gut issues. Low blood sugar, I would use the Biome Balance because of the berberine. That would help with a healthy insulin response aspect. And then the Biome Shake, if they don't have other issues going on with regards to digestive health, like we talked about with irritable bowel syndrome, I would use the Biome Shake because that protein, which is a pea protein, certified vegan, vegetable protein, plus the fiber and the low amount of sugar, again, that helps to stabilize blood sugar levels coming into the bloodstream. Metabolic function, diabetes, cardiovascular disease, all of these are all related. And again, I come back to metabolic LDL as the product that you would want to use with regards to that. Pro-Arginine Plus, Biome Shake, Biome Balance. Going to have to speed a little bit here because I see I'm running out of time. Osteoarthritis. Osteoarthritis is usually due, when a person says to me that I've got arthritis, I ask them this question: do you have osteoarthritis or do you have rheumatoid arthritis? Because it's important to know which they have. If it's rheumatoid arthritis, that's an immune system problem where their immune system is attacking their joint. If it's osteoarthritis, it's usually because of poor blood flow to the joint. So if it's osteoarthritis, Pro-Arginine Plus would be my choice for that because, again, what's nitric oxide therapy all about? It's about improved blood flow. What's the best product to do that? Pro-Arginine Plus. Bodyguard might be another choice to do that. Omega-3s to, again, address inflammation throughout the whole body. Osteoporosis, which is loss of calcium in the bone, causing them to be weak or to weaken. Vitamin D3 would be my first choice for that. And then again, Pro-Arginine Plus because of the vitamin K2 that's in it. Or if a person's got a severe problem here, then I would just recommend that you tell them go get a good quality vitamin K2 supplement and augment what they're doing with Pro-Arginine Plus with additional vitamin K2. And then Essential Greens to create an alkalizing formula so that they can stop being on the acidic side of the equation, which is causing them to leach calcium out of their bones. For peripheral arterial disease, again, it's just another form of another type of cardiovascular disease, Pro-Arginine Plus, Bodyguard, metabolic LDL. Nitric oxide therapy through Pro-Arginine Plus to improve blood flow and address inflammation, and Bodyguard to, again, promote blood flow, metabolic LDL to, again, limit vascular inflammation, which is what caused, most likely, the peripheral arterial disease to start and then develop. pH balancing, Essential Greens, Biome DTX, Biome Actives, and Body Prime. Those would be my choices if I'm trying to help a person move from the acidic side of the equation. We did a seminar on this. You can find it. It's hosted up on the YouTube channel for our Synergy family. So I'm not going to go into a lot of details, but those would be my choices. For post-traumatic stress disorder, anything that improves blood flow to the brain improves cognitive function. And while I can just tell you anecdotally, we've seen significant improvements for our veterans who have PTSD, see significant improvements in cognitive function when they start applying nitric oxide therapy with our product of choice, Pro-Arginine Plus. Skincare, we've got a great product line in the True Lume product line. And then there's some good products in the essential body care line that Synergy has. Now, triglycerides, the biome balance because of the berberine, then metabolic LDL, Protein Plus, essential greens. And when we come to weight management, I would recommend that from a weight management standpoint, you replace a meal with the biome shake. If they want to use Protein Plus to improve their cardiovascular system and they're also looking to do weight management, I would do a Protein Plus 30 minutes prior to their meal. First, their largest meal, and then if they want to do it twice a day, their second largest meal. Take it 30 minutes prior to the meal. It'll curb appetite. They'll then consume less food, which will reduce their caloric intake. They'll also do a better job delivering the nutrients to the cells of their body because of improved circulation. They'll have better energy. They'll be more active after their meal, which means if they're more active, they're going to burn more calories. So you're addressing both sides of the equation. Curb their appetite, reduce caloric intake, improve circulation, deliver more energy, or nutrients to improve energy. They're more active, they burn more calories. Limit calories intake, burn more calories after the meal. That helps to drive the weight management program while you're improving their body from a weight management standpoint. I'm going to go in and have to clean up these kits because there's been some changes made, so I'll make sure that I do that. And the last thing I want to share with you before we open this up is at the bottom of here, these are videos done by Synergy Worldwide that takes people through the quality assurance steps that go into the manufacturing of every product from Synergy Worldwide, from finding the finest herbs, to quality formulations, to quality self-manufacturing, to test method excellence, to Synergy quality assurance and research and innovation. This is at the end of the PDF. These are embedded videos that if you click on them, those videos will link up. Those videos will link up and give that person additional information, or you can use them yourself to help educate yourself with regards to these different things. Now, with that said, do I have any questions from anyone with regards to the information I've shared with you this morning? You'll have to go in and unmute yourself and let me know what questions that you might have.
Hey, Dan, it's Judy.
Go ahead, Judy.
So, of course, so much information, and just, so worthwhile. My question is actually, when you're talking to a potential client and you've kind of figured out what they need with this sheet, how do you then go back and suggest some other things that they may want to use with the health concerns that they have, so you don't overwhelm them at first saying, you need metabolic LDL, you need Protein Plus, you need a biome shake, and then they go, oh my gosh, I can't afford it all. So you suggest something smaller. How do you go back then and add to, okay, is this working? And here's some other things. How do you approach that conversation?
So good question and good observation with regards to, I gave you a ton of information today, but the way that you use this checklist is very simple. So Judy, I'm talking to you, and let's say that you tell me that you have diabetic issues. I would say to you, Judy, I think you need to be on Protein Plus. I think you need to apply nitric oxide therapy, and here's the reason why. We want to improve blood flow, because if we improve your blood flow, you'll find a lot of your diabetic complications will improve, go away in some cases. And that would be my first choice for you. Let's begin to get you on Protein Plus. Let's find out how much Protein Plus to start with based upon your budget. And I would just start there. And then as I help you, Judy, and you're beginning to see improvements in your diabetic issues, you share with me that you also have a cholesterol concern. And then I would say to you, well, you've seen excellent results with Progen Plus. Do you also want to address that cholesterol concern? Because Synergy has another product that would not only help you with your diabetes, but would also help you with your cholesterol issues. It's called metabolic LDL. And as I'm working with my client, I'm introducing just one product. This checklist is for you as a distributor to help you understand which product first to position in front of that individual based upon their issues, and then help them get started on one product. I'm a firm believer that if you use multiple products at one time, sometimes you can't tell what caused you to see the improvements that you're experiencing. So introduce one product, and then as you do your follow-ups and as you have conversations, or even if in the initial conversation I had with you, you disclosed to me that you had cholesterol concerns, I would still tell you to start with Progen Plus. Because from my experience, it's also helped people with cholesterol issues. But first, let's improve your blood flow. Let's see what that does for your diabetic complications. Synergy's got a great product for addressing cholesterol concerns, but let's get started on Progen Plus. And let's see what that can do for you to improve your circulation. And then we can come back and look at this other product called metabolic LDL, specifically for your cholesterol concerns. Does that make sense?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much.
The other thing that I would do, Judy, is I would also then send them a link to the Synergy product catalog. You know, as correct me if I'm wrong here, Judy, but you're talking to people not where you're sitting next to them, but you're talking to them on the telephone, correct?
That's correct. About 90% of what I do is over the phone.
Okay.
Hey, good morning, Dan.
So let me finish on this before you come in. So Judy, I would suggest that you then send them the link to the Synergy catalog. And just let them know, I'm going to send you the link to the Synergy catalog. You know, as you're using the Progen Plus, you might find some other products in there that pique your interest. And if you do, let's talk about them to see if they will help you address some of your other health issues. And that way, Judy, what you do is you're focused on one product that focuses on their main health issue, which keeps, having to make multiple decisions out of the picture. And then you subtly put in front of them the catalog and let the person scroll down through the catalog. It's a nice, attractive catalog that Synergy's put together. It's always up to date because it's electronic. And they can then, come across the product and say, let's scroll down. This Biome Shake. I use a shake. I wonder. So next time they talk to you, tell me more about this Biome Shake. And then they are bringing to you other products that they're interested in because either they're using something like it or they read something in the catalog that piqued their attention, their interest. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's so much better if the customer believes that it's their idea and they're asking you rather than you trying to catch them, but them coming to you for your advice and knowledge. So
Sure.
yes, thank you.
And for everyone that's on this call, you can find, if you go to the resource page and scroll down like I did on the resource page to the bottom, you can click on the image for the catalog, or you can click on the word product catalog, and it opened up this PDF, and you can copy and paste that PDF, that link, that URL link, into an email and send it to your potential client or client. And again, a very simple line in your email. Here's a link to Synergy's catalog. You might find some other great products that will help you address some of your health concerns. And leave it at that. And then they can click on it and scroll through it on their own. Now, there was someone that was asking me a question. I didn't mean to cut you off, but I wanted to finish my discussion with Judy.
Good morning, Dan. Good morning, everyone. This is Quentin Brooks.
Hi, Quentin.
I invited my wife to attend the call with us today, and she has a question.
Okay.
Hello, Dan.
Hello.
Hi, my question is someone who has been diagnosed with high cholesterol. I know there's a product that you can take for that. I want to know if that person was to go on a plant-based vegan diet, meaning no cholesterol in their diet, can they bring it down that way as well? These products plant-based, or can you elaborate on that? Thank you.
Sure. So typically a person who changes their diet, in many times, especially if they're going towards a plant-based diet, will see significant improvements in their overall health, not just with their cholesterol, but with a whole range of other issues. But understand that the vast majority of cholesterol in your body is produced by the liver. And so so my suggestion is, if they don't want to use supplements, then yes, you need to change your diet, go to a plant-based diet. Let's see what it does with your cholesterol. And if that helps them bring their cholesterol back into a normal range, great. If they're still having some issues, I would come back to them and say, you know, I would suggest that you would look at this product called Metabolic LDL from Synergy Worldwide. And the reason why, it's been clinically proven to modulate cholesterol oxidation. And so the key to cholesterol, the medical community tells us that the key to cholesterol is your overall cholesterol levels. But if you do the research clearly shows that the key to cholesterol concerns is oxidized LDL.
Mhm.
And anything that you can do to prevent oxidized LDL helps to prevent vascular inflammation that leads to plaque formation. And metabolic LDL is clinically proven to help in this area. And so, like I shared with you, diet's great. Let's see what we can do on that. But understand that it's oxidized LDL. So they might be doing some things from other dietary intake, like drinking uh, Coke, pop, Pepsi, Coke, phosphoric acid. They might be doing other things that are bringing high free radicals into their system, which then can cause for oxidized LDL. So it's not just the plant, but hey, you can do this plant-based diet, but I see that you still drink your Diet Coke. You want to be successful in this? You got to stop drinking the Diet Coke. In fact, I'd suggest that you not only do a plant-based diet, but you start hydrating yourself with liquid chlorophyll. 1 tablespoon of liquid chlorophyll in 12 to 16 ounces of water with your plant-based diet. Now you're going to most likely see some significant health benefits in addressing that cholesterol issue.
So if I could ask a follow-up question, because we were discussing this, um, are you familiar with the notion that some people, their cholesterol stems from hereditary and parts of their genes? And I think the question is, okay, if we just eliminate the cholesterol altogether out of our food, will that completely eliminate the cholesterol?
No, because your liver makes cholesterol.
Well, I mean, we don't drink soda at all, but you're saying your liver naturally produces cholesterol?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
that's how a statin drug works. A statin drug interferes with the enzymatic process in the liver of creating cholesterol. The problem is where the statin interferes, it interferes prior to where the liver also the liver goes down a certain pathway for the creation of cholesterol as well as coenzyme Q10. And where statin interferes, it interferes at the start of that chain, that metabolic process. So it interferes with both the production of coenzyme Q10 by the liver, which the heart muscle needs, as well as it interferes with the liver's ability to create cholesterol.
Yeah, and
And
the reason I asked that also too is because my doctor about 5 years ago explained to me that my diet wasn't bad that was causing the cholesterol. She said something about it was hereditary.
Mhm.
Are you
Yeah,
familiar with that notion?
well, sure. Again, we talked a little bit with Donald at the beginning of this conversation that's not been recorded with regards to cardiovascular disease, that it's a gene expression. Well, everything is a gene expression. And so the environment that you put yourself in causes that gene expression to be even greater or lesser. Now, if you've got a gene capacity to produce higher levels of cholesterol than what my genes produce, then you can do dietary things, but you're still going to produce higher amounts of cholesterol, even when you make dietary changes, because that's just how your gene makeup is. But if I can interfere with the liver's ability to create cholesterol, but do it without affecting the production of coenzyme Q10, then I can naturally bring my cholesterol down. That's what metabolic LDL, it uses the berberine fruit extract, which has been clinically shown to interfere with the liver's ability to create cholesterol, but doesn't interfere with coenzyme Q10. So it's a natural way for you to address a cholesterol concern and bring your cholesterol back into a more healthy level. And then understand what, if you're going down this whole cholesterol issue, do the research where it's not cholesterol that's the problem. We need cholesterol. Cholesterol is what holds you together. If you didn't have cholesterol, every membrane of your body is held together by cholesterol. If you didn't have cholesterol, you'd be a puddle on the floor. Because without cholesterol, you'd have no shape and form. No membrane would have shape and form. So cholesterol is extremely important. I can't remember the exact percentage, but I think it's over 50% of your brain is cholesterol. So when
So you're saying that there's like, just like good fats and bad fats, there's good cholesterols and bad cholesterols.
Yes. And what the bad cholesterol is not low density lipoprotein, it's oxidized low density lipoprotein. So it's the key is to not oxidize that low density lipoprotein, which means that you need to be bringing in a high antioxidant. So if you go to a plant-based diet, which are dark green or colorful fruits, all plant-based colorful fruits have high antioxidant properties that if you consume that, you're increasing your antioxidant intake, which then lowers the potential for free radical damage, which then lowers the potential for oxidized LDL. And that's another great thing about metabolic LDL is that combination of 9 different fruit and plant extracts with the berberine extract. Synergistically, they work together to be even more powerful as an antioxidant component to, again, address free radical damage to prevent oxidized LDL.
Okay, thank you very much. I
Does
think
that
we're
help?
talking about the same. Yes, sir. We're talking about the same thing. There's just different methods to go do it, and then also potency of what our product is versus completely vegan. Vegan is good. Plant-based is very good. But I think also we're talking about the levels and potencies of what we're getting in terms of nutrients.
Sure. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I've got a couple comments in here. Thanks, Donald, for your comment. He suggests that people get a printout of their blood test, which shows where they are deficient, and the list shows the products. Okay. And then let's see, I've got another one here.
That one is also mine, Dan. It's a copy of the book for those people that want to get the audio version of that book.
Okay.
And it speaks to the question that was just asked about cholesterol. And Dan, you handled it beautifully. But what they talk about is the cholesterol ratio. So have a read if there's a way that you can include that link to those people.
Okay.
Thank you.
So
You put those in the notes.
Yeah, yes, everyone should get it because the Zoom is a group chat. So if you look in your chat, you can see the 2 links that Donald sent to us. Yeah, I mean, understand that I'm giving you cholesterol is a more complex issue than what I'm sharing here. But if you boil it all down, oxidized LDL causes inflammation. Inflammation then leads to plaque formation. Plaque formation causes endothelial dysfunction. Endothelial dysfunction reduces nitric oxide levels. Reduced nitric oxide levels, poor circulation. Poor circulation, you have all these different types of cardiovascular health issues.
Absolutely.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Donald.
Don. Beautiful, beautiful today.
You're welcome. Anyone
Very
else
in-depth.
before we say goodbye? All right, I want to welcome everyone. I want to thank everyone for being on today's presentation. Some great questions. Thank you,
Beat the
Judy.
heart,
Thank you, Quentin. And Quentin, you never shared what your wife's name is. At least I don't remember.
I'm sorry, my wife's name is Angelia.
Angelia. Did I say that right?
Yes.
Thank you, Angelia. Appreciate your question.
My
All right, everyone. Have a blessed week, and we'll talk to you next Saturday.